Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to Sean and sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, show about radio for people who love radio. On this show, we're going to take a look back at SeaPac, the Pacific Northwest Big Hamfair Plus. We'll have a lot of stuff from you all over the show. Have a little fun. We're going to celebrate someone here right now. This is an actual ham from this channel. Siobhan from Ireland, doing some cranberries. Take a listen to this. Good. Again, this is a ham radio operator singing from Ireland. This is her gig. Siobhan, you got a heck of a voice. Fantastic. Thanks a lot for putting it on the Discord channel. What a treat. Sue, wow, good stuff. Hey, everybody. It's Sunday, June 5th, 2022. What do you say? Away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Shack in Oregon. It's good to see you guys. Happy Sunday. Nice to see all of you around the world. Sorry we're so late. It was a very busy morning, and my uncle just called right as I was going to go live, and I don't like to get off the phone with him, so it's nice to talk to people, memories and stuff. Fun. We'd like to help you, if we can, to get your amateur radio license. We also have a cool segment today where we're going to focus on some general exam questions. So step up higher than we did last show on technician. But to get there, to start your journey, you need to get a hold of a radio club that's large to help find a local radio club to you. Okay, contact someone like the American Radio Relay League. They can be found at www.arrl.org. Please hit the contact us bar. Let them know where you're located. They'll send an amateur radio club that's near you, and it'll help you get your license. www.arrl.org. If you're coming from the WRMI CQ calling show, welcome. Pull up a chair, a cup of coffee or two, and enjoy the show. Glad you're here. Shall we email cq@hamradiolive@gmail.com, and a pretty fun Discord channel as well at ham-radio-live. The link will be at the top of the description section below. Question for the show: what's one option you'd like to add to your shack? Just one. I had this happen yesterday. I'll tell you the story in just a moment, but that's your job here. Tell it in the comment section the one thing you would maybe like to add to your shack, and we will make it part of the show. All right, let's figure out who the heck is here first, second, and third, all right?
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Okay, so there you go. First one today, for the 14th time, it would be the Smokin' Ape, sir. Welcome. Give him a beep beep.
Meep, meep.
You did it, buddy. Good job. It's the gadgets and gizmos and cool stuff. Good show today. By the way, Coffee and Ham Radios, that was cool. It was neat because I shared a lot in common with their guest because I also love AMDX, and he does the same thing. So, we like to stay up late at night and see how far we can hear AM radio stations. That was fun. I started that in 72, so this is my 50th year. Man, seems like it was just yesterday, Life goes fast, doesn't it? Jerry Jones, second up. Kilo 4 Papa Zulu. Welcome, Jerry. Nice to have you, as well as Kevin O'Doublehand from Ireland. Kevin, good evening. Thank you for coming. William Myers, the state of Wisconsin. Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India. Mike, welcome. My brother Bob, Kersey WIFI. Welcome, Bob. Surgery tomorrow will go well. Yeah, well, hang in there, buddy. I know that everything is going to go very well for you. I do know that. So hang in there, buddy. I know it'll be all right. Wine enjoys us from Namibia. That means Africa is in the house.
I guess the rain's down in Africa.
It's late your way, buddy. Good evening, Wynan. Welcome to the show. Good to have you, buddy. Phil Cooper, Patriot, welcome. It's good to have you, my friend, as well as Whiskey 6 Juliet India Mike. That's Jim from Walnut Creek, California. Andy Cowley, 2 Echo Zero Romeo Echo Echoes here, as well as Jeff in Portland, Oregon. Hayden Island, to be exact. Alpha Delta 7, Lima November. Rob, November 7, Tango Tango Alpha from Tucson. Welcome, Rob. Nice to have you. Yep, that was Zombie by the Cranberries. Wasn't that good? Man, that's Siobhan. That, when she comes on Discord, she'll put some songs that she does from her gigs and stuff. And I heard that, and I love the song, the Cranberries song. That's the Cranberries version of it. But she's so good. It's like, she's so breathy sounding, that breathy, female breathy sound. Gosh, she is phenomenal. Siobhan, just a wonderful singer. Really. Thanks for sharing that with us today on Discord, Siobhan. That was great. Truly a treat for us. Wyden in Africa says he's last. Okay. No. Don't know. Eamon Azar, welcome. November 9, Sierra Echo Sierra. There's going to be a question today. Not during the general exam questions, but during the trivia questions that you'll like. It has to do with King Hussein's wife. Roger McKeon and Molly are here. Hi, guys. Kilo Juliet 7, Lima X-Ray, and /K9. Both of you, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you guys, as well as Gary Strong in Las Vegas. Whiskey 9 Papa Yankee. Stian Bjorskvik, welcome, sir. Lima Alpha 5, Lima Tango Alpha. He's here from Norway. Hello, Stian. Welcome. Good evening to you. Kevin, all the way in Iowa. Hi, Kev. Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. Glad to be here, but I was just in the middle of watching Coffee and Ham Radio replay for this morning. I paused it just for you, Larry. Wasn't that nice? Thanks, Kev. That's very nice of you. Thank you. You go back to the Coffee and Ham Radio stuff. It'll help you better, I'm sure. So, yeah, that's good. Thank you. That's very nice, Kev. Have a good day. My best to you and your family, okay? Dirk from just north of him in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, Whiskey 9 Romeo Delta Yankee. Hello. A. Hendricks, first-timer. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you, mate. Good to have you. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. I'm Larry. It's an honor to have you here today. Thank you for coming. I mean that. Jeff in Eastern Tennessee. Can she do that? It's just amazing. Loved that version of Toxic. She's so good. And there she is. That's it. That's the one who sang the opening song right there. That is Siobhan. As a drop. Isn't that great? She says that Siobhan Bird is now in London. You have a beautiful voice, girl, and you've been gifted. You really have been. You've got an amazing gift the good Lord has given you. Use it to the length of your life as long as you can and shoot straight for the stars. Casey Kasem was a guy who used to do American Top 40 here in the U.S., and always on weekends you'd hear the show. At the end of the show, he'd always say, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. I would say that to you. You have that kind of a voice that is so special, that is only given to a certain few people. Use it to the best of your ability and make the most out of what you have, Siobhan. Okay? I know it's not great right now because I know you want to be back in Ireland, so I know. Hey, Hendricks, thank you. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming, folks. We're going to have to zoom over because the show will be way too long. Don't forget today's question, which is one option you'd like to ask for your ad for your shack. That comes from yesterday's time at SeaPac. So we'll talk a lot about SeaPac today. I'm so sorry. The videos that came out were awful. I had thought that my Bluetooth was off. My wife was asking a dozen questions. I'm trying to make sure I can get things recorded. And I just blew it. It was going through my headphones, which were in my hoodie. And it's like, oh no. So my apologies for the audio, but we can salvage it and we'll make lemonade out of lemons, okay? The weather today is powered by Icom. Icom for the love of ham radio. There is the sunspots coming right there at 8 o'clock. We're going to see some bigger numbers this week. You can see it here as you see the east limb. You see things starting to fill in here. So look for some better conditions by Wednesday. Coronal hole map looks good. You want to see the coronal holes at the poles. That's where it is here. You see the north pole of the sun has a coronal hole. That's where it should be. So this would be a normal and decent coronal hole map, nothing facing Earth. Magnetosphere view, well, we've got two sunspots coming up from the left side, 2029, which is pretty large, and 3029 pretty large, and then 3028, which is smaller. The four we've had over the past week are starting to slip off the edge, but hang in there. There's going to be some good conditions coming, okay? solar flare detection, we hit a C flare, which is like not the greatest thing in the world, but at least it's moving. So hang in there. Conditions are improving. You can see it after that C flare, how now we're very much closer to the sea level baseline than we were before that happened, where we were right at the B level. Remember, as you go up, B is 10 times stronger than A, but C is 10 times stronger than B. So going from B to C means 10 times the solar radiation. That's a good thing, and it's going to make the difference this week. Your solar indices, SFI is flat at 101. Solar sunspot number is up 23. That's good. We're at 75. Area numbers down 10 to 420. Here is the K index. This is as beautiful as it could be. The only thing it could be better is if it was just flatline with nothing. And that's really hard to do because there's always some sort of interference out there in the K index. So the KP index today, very, very quiet for noise floors on 160, 80, and 40. Of course, you'll have the static crashes from thunderstorms, but this is really good, really is. 3-day geomag forecast, good all the way through Tuesday, so decent conditions. QRZ right now, SFI is 101, solar number 75, A index is 4, that's very manageable. K is 1, your BZ latitude is minus 2.1, that's why you're getting some fade on the bands. A lot of QSB today. Solar wind, 335.2 kilometers per second. There's no coronal mass, there's no coronal holes facing us, so it's going to be a quiet solar wind. You can see 6 and 4 meter E-skip is available, as well as some fair moon bounce conditions today. HF conditions, that's pretty close. That's pretty darn close to what we have. The Kilo Charlie 2 Golf map really reflects that. Most of the 10-meter band is in the yellow. Okay, and that's where you see it kind of, see it, the southern part of Trinidad, 32 megs, and then it goes all the way to the northern part of Brazil at 34. But you don't see any other yellow on the screen unless it's over the ocean, right? So the Caribbean, of course, going to be on 10. But on the mainland continents, not great conditions today. So 10, 12 meters actually, 12 or 15, maybe as high as you get. Here in the States, 18 megahertz in Alaska. Same for us here in North America and Canada. It's really about 18 megahertz. So 17 meter band, folks, get your DX. 21 megahertz in Southern California, 22 near New Orleans. South America, 34, northern Brazil. If you head up towards Venezuela, about 27. Down towards Argentina, about 22 megahertz. Head out towards Europe, 20 in Great Britain, 21 in France, 19 Germany, 22 in Italy, and then 22 as well in Saudi Arabia. Head north towards Moscow, it is 18 megahertz. See, all these 17 meter band things. This is 17 meter band day. If you want to work DX, this is 17 meters, and it will be there. It really will. Head towards Asia, 19 megahertz, right near Tokyo, 20 in the South Islands. Heading towards, if you go down towards Australia, you're still on 15, right about Melbourne, 12 near Victoria, and right about 13 over in Perth. Your ham and shortwave forecast for today and tomorrow, powered by Icom for the love of ham radio. SFIs continue to increase. They're going to bounce up and down slowly. It's going to be a little roller coaster ride for a little bit until we get more sunspots. So expect, maybe drop 2 or 3 and then up 2 or 3 or flat. And that's the way it's going to be. Some QSB today due to a negative BZ latitude, but quiet noise floors through Tuesday. So nighttime band should be good. Voice 20, 17, 15. Possible 12 and 10 in the southern part of the northern hemisphere near the equator. Equatorial latitudes, you'll get everything. 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Southern hemisphere, for the most part, 20, 17, 15, 12, and some 10 meters as well. CB radio skip, northern hemisphere, could have some short openings today. I don't think they'll be very long. Probably not long tomorrow either. There's really nothing coming that's going to bump the SFI to a big enough number to really open that up for us. Mid and south latitudes on 11 meters should be good for you for some decent DX. Data modes 30 to 10 meters in all latitudes. You'll run 30 to 15, 30 to 15. And then as the day goes on, try 12 and then try 10. And you'll start seeing some signals over on 10 meters later in the afternoon. That's for data mode, folks. Maybe you like to use FT8 and stuff. Nighttime ham bands, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Your best DX tonight, 40 and 80 meters. 20 will carry you maybe an hour past sunset, but that's about it. There just isn't enough SFI to carry you longer than that. Shortwave bands during the day for people that love to listen to shortwave, 31 meters, 25, 22, and 19. Nighttime shortwave, 120, 90, 75, and 60. 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter band will be open in the north for about an hour after sunset. This says 2. The SFI just isn't right there yet. We get 125, 140, 130 in there. Yeah, 2 hours, but I think we get it for 1 hour after sunset. Today's ranking is a 6. We've got a negative BZ, really not a high SFI yet, and our solar numbers thankfully are coming up. So there is some hope in the forecast, which is good. I'd like to welcome you to today's show. Happy Sunday. Let's check your comments. We've got the question of the day. If you get one thing, like I came for this Hamfest looking for one thing, and that thing happened to be there, okay? But then something happened in me where I was like, man, I just don't know. I'm probably going to want to run more watt, more power. I'm not quite sure, And then I say, no, I think we're just going to go ahead and pass on this. Because for me, a great antenna is better than a good antenna. And I'd rather have a great antenna and spend the money for it, okay? But my limitation is my body can't get on the roof. So I'm in a conundrum right now. That's where life is. So you try and play the hand the best way you can. That's what we're working on here. So that's why I didn't get what I came for, even though it was at that Hamfest. Strangely enough, it was there. Winen, I wasn't expecting you to show it, but still trying for ships. Good work. It is still ships on your weekend for at least a few hours. That's great, Winen. That's great. Let me see. And yeah, she is good. She is an amazing singer. She truly is. Just love Siobhan. Yeah. Let's see here. Martin is QRVing. Martin, good day. Welcome to you and thanks for coming. Pop Echo 9 Tango India Golf. Always a pleasure to have you here. Rodney is here from beautiful Holland. And man, it's great to have you, Rod. Thanks, buddy. Rodney always keep things light. If you ever go on Discord afterwards, he's a kick. He really is. Smoking Ape comes up. He says, now this is kind of neat. He says, I would like a hot dog roller like the 7-Eleven in my shack. I guess brilliant. Let's go with that. Right? A summer Slurpee machine, the hot dog rollers. That's great. That is really good. People that have like little mini refriges in their shack, I think that's really sweet because that'd be fun to have. You can just sit there and just drink your soda or your beer or whatever you're having fun. Keep control of yourself, but have fun and have your cold drink too. It's pretty good. Thanks, Ape. That's great. Jerry Jones, I'd like to add a pallet of $100 bills. Really? Well, $100 bills would help, right? Yes, thank you. Ron Walensky, November 8 Whiskey Charlie Romeo, welcome. It's good to have you as well as Rob Q. Welcome. Whiskey 9 Romeo Delta Yankee. He got his radio yesterday, the 991 Alpha. Proud of you, man. I'm so happy for you, man. He went on Discord and he was like, I got the radio. I said, ham radio outlet for 2.5 hours between two radios. I nearly flipped a coin for it. I am so happy for you, man. You're going to love the radio. You will love what it does. So, Rob, congrats on getting your radio back. 10 years he's been waiting to get it done. That's pretty sweet, right? Jeff in Eastern Tennessee at Smoking Ape. I wish we had 7-Elevens in Tennessee. Haven't had those wonderful nachos since I moved up here. You really do like the nachos at 7-Eleven? No! Oh, man. Oh. Nachos at 7-Eleven are one of those meals that get you twice. They feel good going down, they come back up, and they don't feel so good. Pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Eamon Azar, one thing to add to my shack is more radios. Is that a man? There you go. There you go. And the ape likes the nachos. Oh, gosh. I have a thing with the cheese, okay? The liquid cheese, whatever it is, it's supposed to be cheese but isn't cheese, makes me a little nervous because I'm not quite sure that I really want to eat that stuff. Not that good. Jeff, November 4, Pop Oscar Delta, thank you for the Discord link. Love to have you part of the show. Art Grabens, I am blessed. Look at this. This is great. I have everything I need. FTDX 101 Delta and FTDX 5000. So he's got the 101 Delta and the 5000, plus an ALS 1300 amplifier and an MFJ 998 auto tuner and many Heil microphones and W2IHY 8-band EQ. Very lucky and very happy too. That is the key to life right there. Not wanting more, but being grateful for what you have. That is really, really cool. Thank you, Art, for sharing that. That's a very nice comment. Nice. And you're blessed. You have a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Acid drop. That's Siobhan. She says, I used to think that they were saying they got AIDS in Africa. Now, essentially, as I remembered it, this is where it did come from, Africa. That was the originating place. At least that's what I heard. If it's right, I don't know. Wasn't part of that time. That was a very scary time in our world. It was, because you just never knew, never knew, and scary too, especially when, people that were really famous, like Magic Johnson, right? Got it, and thankfully he didn't die from it. And man, what a life he's led. It's amazing. Eamon Azar, November 9, Sierra Echo Sierra. I have a question, Larry. Was W6OHD Dr. Chuck Missler a ham radio VIP? I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, I can't help you there. And Dirk, that's very kind. Thank you. Appreciate that with the information there on Discord. Thank you. Siobhan says, one option I'd add is the less annoying Elmer. My uncle is by Elmer, and he's pushy. No! Yeah, I get you. Robert Gerner Jr., welcome. Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Fox November, Juliet Fox Lima. Sorry, welcome, Robert. Nice to have you. It's great to have you. Thank you for coming. Hello, everyone. Yes, I could be here and work the contest at the same time. That man is a brilliant, does it all. Just does it all. Andy knew addition to my shack would be an antenna analyzer. There you go. And that'll help you learn a lot, too. Yeah, well, Brent's here from Whiskey 7 Backroads. Hi, Brent. Happy Sunday, buddy. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, the two music, those are down. Those two videos are gone. I couldn't put those on. There's one thing about making mistakes doing the show by yourself solo, and it's another thing, and do a live show too, because everything you do and say is live, right? But it's another thing to have something that is up there that you did that you either can't hear or the video goes out. It's like, no, I can't do that. So we'll show you some good tidbits today. I appreciate you coming. Thank you. It was a good time. Bill Cooper, Patriot, worked your museum ship today on 40, 7261. Well done, man. That's great. My pop called me today, too, from California. He said, Larry, I worked a ship today. I said, Dad, it's museum ships on the air weekend. He's like, really? What other ships are out there? So I just sent him the link. Yeah. Jim, the option I'd like to buy to my shack is a 220 volt and a 20 amp outlet. That's good. That's good. I did that, I think, a year and a half, 2 years ago. Nice to have it. It is, yeah. Let's see. A Hendricks, don't need anything for my shack. Blessed like Archer Banks, but would like to have Larry's applause soundtrack with the guy hollering in the back. No. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Rodney. Now, Had Ham Radio Live. We are hams. One option only. I guess 60-foot tower, Netherlands 5-meter rule. No! Oh, well, there you go. Winan says, I'd like to add my own ship in the shack so I never have to struggle anymore on ships over the weekend and work it myself. That's actually, you know what that is? That's something that only a super genius would do.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
Genius.
Pretty much. Jeff Porter, Portland. I could use a second radio desk. The radio equipment can only stack so high. Using the trampoline to adjust the VFO is getting out of hand. That's great. Jeff, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Sean, 2 Echoes 0 X-ray Bravo Tango. I worked the last yesterday in 17. Very happy. 17 is going to be your go-to band. It really will. It's just, that's what the MUFs are saying. That's what conditions are good for, too, 17. Country Strong for a good timing. Just woke up from a nap. Can't stay too long. Got to run to the homies in a minute. Enjoy your time at your homies, all right?
What's up, Doc?
Andy New, getting to grips with the intermediate, as the Scots would say. You'll get it. It takes time. Just learn. You'll get it. Rod in West Pennsylvania, good weekend. Got 17 museum ships. Made a contact to Windsor Castle. 40 and 20 meters both were working. I think it's great, man. Keep up the good work, all right? Well done, Rod. Well done. That's good. And Rob, You're welcome, man. Acid drop. That's Siobhan. Yesterday I was flying on Ryanair from Dublin to London, and I'm just happy we made it. There you go. At least you're safe, right? And thanks again for the song. It was really good. And there is, look at this. This is Seamus. I met Seamus yesterday at the Hamfair. Seamus, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming back to the channel after greeting me in person. That was really cool for me. He's like, oh, that's Larry. And I'm like, oh, Seamus. Yeah. Seamus, it was nice to meet you too. Really was. November 7, Mike Yankee Whiskey. It was my honor to meet you, Seamus. Thanks, man. That was fun. That was fun. It really was. I was like, whoa. And then we met Rod. We got to get the show on the road, folks. I'd love to get to all your comments. I really would. However, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get over there, okay? So we'll have some fun for the show. First, we're going to try and help out some people on the general exam. These are some questions that come up on the current United States general license. You get 35 questions, okay? You can miss 8. So you miss 8 questions, you're still a general. As a person that missed 0 questions gets to be a general too. So you get 8 wrong. So you can make it work. Think of it that way. We got leeway. Here are the questions we got for today's show, right? First one, and this comes, by the way, from Hem Test Online, an excellent way to license up. I'm serious, because it'll help you learn different ways and different tips and tricks to license your way up. First question, approximately how long is each side of the driven element of a quad antenna? All right, so we're looking for a driven element. Okay, and a driven element is the smallest element. Remember that. The reflector is the largest, the driven is always the smallest. So in this one, the answer would be the smallest available. That's a quarter wave. Take a look. That is the answer. So remember, if you get this question and you see driven on a quad, it's going to be a quarter wavelength. Okay, that is your answer. Next one, general. Why are HF, which means high frequency, scatter signals in the skip zone usually weak? Okay, and the answer for this is, think of your radio station, okay, as it goes up on HF. Remember, they're saying high frequency. It goes up and then refracts off of the ionosphere way up high and comes down. If you're, let's say, for example, you live right here, okay, right where this pen is, okay, and your signal's going up, right, and it refracts down over here, you're in the skip zone. The signal's above you, but you can't hear it because the signal's way overhead. It's impossible for you to hear the signal. You're what's called the skip zone. That's how that works. So when we have this question, why are HF scatter signals in the skip zone usually weak? The answer is only a small part of the signal energy is scattered into the skip zone. It's because it's going over your head for the most part, okay? That's why the answer is what it is, okay? Most of the energy is way above you, and just a little bit goes into the skip zone. Remember it that way, okay? Next question. What's required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments, okay? All right, in this answer, and this is a weird answer, okay? The question says, what's required to conduct communications? Let the part where they say, with a digital station operating at automatic control. That doesn't matter. What matters is it's outside the automatic control band segments. That's the issue. Now, the answer here is the station initiating the contact. That means not them, but, not you, but them. So them must be under local or remote control. And what that means is somebody has to be there. Okay, local control means that they're at the station where the transmitting antenna is. Remote control means they're remote controlling the antenna live from a remote location, okay? There's a difference between remote control and, someone having a repeater that just works automatically. That's not remote control. Remote is actually being physically touching and working the dials to adjust the transmitter. That's what it means. So in this question, when a station is under automatic control outside the automatic control band segment, you have to answer it. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. You answer it that way, you will have it correct. Okay, and what they say here in Ham Test Online, the station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. That's what you just have to remember, and that's a weird one, but it does come up quite a bit on the test. Next, and this is interesting, it's important to understand the band plan. Okay, when you're trying to get into amateur radio, try and get a band plan that you can print out and you have with you, so you know what the band plans are. This is important to help prepare you for your test, especially general and technician and even the extras, okay? So the question, which of the following frequencies is available to a control operator holding a general class license? Now, all of these are on the 10-meter band. Okay, it starts at 28.020. Let's look at the band plan. 10 meters is at the top right. It starts at 28 megahertz. So 28.0. So the question, 28.020 is good. Same with 28.350 and 28.550. Here's why. If you look at the 10-meter band, take a look at the top. What it says there, and this is again top right in the white area where it says 10 meters and in parentheses 28 megahertz. If you take a look, you'll see a big green line and then a red area, okay? And next to that green line, it says E, A, and G, okay? So Echo, Alpha, and Golf. Golf is general, okay? That's what that means. Now, if you're a technician, you don't get all of that privilege. A technician gets 28 megahertz up to 28.3 for CW work, and they get 28.3 to 28.5 for sideband. That's all they get. But as a general, you get the entire 10-meter band. So all of these choices are correct because you get all of it. So having the band plan is really important to know at least on what frequencies you get where. And that's why the answer is all of the choices are correct, because on the 10-meter band, you get everything as an E or G. Now, we can answer a couple questions that offshoot from this. There are certain frequencies, certain bands, the generals don't get the entire band like they do on 10. 15 is one of them. If you take a look, you'll look at 15, you see generals start voice at 21.275, but there's a hole there between 21.2 and 21.275. They can't use that segment. If you go up to 20 meters, you see up there, generals can't work from 14.150 to 14.175. That's a part that they can't work as well. So, excuse me, they work to 14.225. So 14.150 to 14.225, they can't work. That's generals, okay? So these are things that you need to know. 20 meters is one you don't get the whole band. 15 is one. 40 is another one. 40 meters, you don't get the whole band. You're missing 7.125 to 7.175, so 50 kilohertz. 80 meters is the last one. So if you remember this, because there's another question or two like this, what frequencies do you get as a general? What bands, okay? And if it includes 80, 40, 20, or 15, it's the wrong answer. It's the wrong answer, okay? So just remember that 80, 40, 20, and 15 are the only bands that you don't get full privileges, okay? Next question. This is simple for you to figure out, and there's a bunch of variations of this question. I'll give you an easy way to do it. What standing wave ratio will result when connecting a 50 ohm feed line to a non-reactive load having 200 ohm impedance? Divide 50 into 200. Okay, whatever the answer, divide the ohms into the impedance, you'll have the answer. Okay, 50 goes into 200 4 times. 4 to 1 is the answer, and there it is. Okay, that's a good way to know. And you get a calculator to bring in, and there's no time limit. So remember, divide the ohms, divide the amount of ohms into the impedance, and you'll have the answer. Okay, and it's to 1. It'll be a number, a whole number, and then colon 1. You'll have it right. Okay, last. What should be done by any person preparing to climb a tower that supports electrically powered devices? Okay, so this is a lot like the UK test. This question is very much like the intermediate or the beginner license in the UK, the foundation license. This is about your safety. Think about climbing a tower. Okay, besides falling, okay, don't think of falling because this has nothing to do with falling. It has to do with being shocked. See this? No, look at the answers. Okay. What should be done by any person preparing to climb a tower that supports electrically powered devices? This is about your human safety. First one, notify the electric company that a person will be working on the tower. It's your tower. It's not the electric company's. That doesn't even apply. Number two, make sure all circuits that supply tower are locked out and tagged. That's the correct answer, by the way, meaning you've pulled all the connecting cables from the tower, tagged them, and they're no longer connected. That's the right answer. Second one, unground the base of the tower. That's not, you're not going to do that. That doesn't do anything. And four, all the choices are correct. You already know they aren't because you don't notify the electric company because it's your tower. Ungrounding the base is not going to make any difference to you. So the answer is B. Make sure all circuits that supply power to the tower are locked out and tagged. You have that, you're good to go. Again, Ham Test Online. It's a really good online service that will help you. And you get it for like 6 months, right? And you'll study. And once you learn the syllabus, go through it, and then continue to work practice tests. And it's smart enough to know what you're failing in and help you build up confidence there in a way that you can understand it. I think it really is, at least in my opinion, one of the best ham tutors that's online. So there's a little bit of help for generals today, some ham bites. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to share with my weekend so you can see a little bit what Karen and I went through yesterday at Seaside in a way that is more better than yesterday's 2 videos. And again, my apologies for that. First of all, it was a very rainy day. It was foggy, windy, and very, very wet at Seaside, but it's a beautiful town. It really is. It's a well-known town. That is like, it's a family fun town. Okay. They cater to lots of families, and this is where lots of people go to have fun as a family. It's a beautiful little seaside town. They have rides. They used to have a big, big amusement park right there on the sand just before you got there to the sand. You know, it's beautiful with roller coaster and tilt-a-whirl and all these things. Now they kept some of the rides. And what they did was they put them inside a vacant building. These have been in there for 50 years. It's amazing. So the tilt-a-whirl, they've also got a little bit of bumper cars. You want to play bumper cars. They got miniature golf in the same building. It's pretty cool. And this is kind of what you go through in Seaside. Just a neat place to go. But, you know, if it's raining, and here we are at the convention center for the SeaPac 40th anniversary celebration. It was a lot of fun. And I couldn't help but take this picture because this is funny. Okay, so right across from, it's like catty corner from the convention center, there is K7FOG's room. And the other, I'm not sure what the other banner said, but this is kind of cool. The guy, you know, that is truly, and I want to tell you, this is honestly and truly for sure, this is the definition of self-spotting.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote. Genius.
There you go. All right. So as you head in, you get in the building. It's a beautiful 2-story building, and you get a chance to go in and register. And look at this. Here's a Ham Radio 2.0 shirt right there. When we first got in, here's Jason's channel. I was like, oh, that is so cool. So this is coming into SeaPac yesterday. The nice lobby they have for everybody just getting prepared to go in. And we got our lottery ticket thing or whatever, you know, the raffle ticket thing. We did all that. And what we're going to show you is we're going to show you some stuff for video sections that'll be kind of cool. And I hope you like it. The first one, this is just a little walk over to HRO. So as I'm heading over, this is in the corner, and the audio here was absolutely shot. So I apologize for that. Good group. This is the Portland Ham Radio Outlet. They had a sale on the FTDX 10 there, and it was, I believe it was $13.25 for the show. So a decent price on the 10, you know. And the people that were working yesterday were Norm, and you'll see Norm, he's on the right there on the in the gray shirt, and the manager there is Bill. So this is looking at the Ham Radio Outlet booth, and it was probably the largest in terms of space, but they had a lot of stuff there. I mean, they had Comet, MFJ, Yesu, Icom, Kenwood stuff. They had a ton of stuff, and there's Normie giving me a big hello. Norm loves to work special events. Every time I go into that store, bless his heart, he'll ask me about a future special event he knows about, and do I know about it, and do I want to work it? So big ups to Norm. And then when I go and leave there, what does he do? This is the coolest thing ever. It really did. This happened, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I gotta show you just a second. Hold on. This guy. Yeah, prepare yourself for the scene. So what does he give me? He gives me a Ham Radio Outlet hat right there. Jeez. Isn't that great? a little ham radio outlet had. So that was nice of Norm to do. It was fun. It was neat to spend time with them. Probably ham radio outlet and Icom. Honestly, they had the best booths because Icom had every single radio that they make for you in amateur radio. Every one of them. It was like, whoa. And there was, Flex. I'm sorry, there was no one at the Flex table. The whole table was there, and it showed Flex Radio, and it would say, like, sorry, we'll be gone. We'll be back at, this time frame, and see you then. And then we came back, and there was nobody there still. So I don't know where Flex was, but HRO was really big. They were really strong there. ICOM stuff was really good. That was good. Elecraft was decent. Had a nice visit with Eric at Elecraft. That was nice. Here's what it was like to go to the Icom booth at SeaPac in Seaside 2022. So you take a look. This is a big. This is how it works. And because I was looking, okay, this is really cool. I like how they built this thing. How does it go together, right? It closes up like clamshells. There's two ends that close up, and then the other two ends close up. It's really, really cool. And as I looked, I saw the R9500. That's the first time I've ever seen one live, okay? And the 9500 is similar in many ways to the famous 7851, right? The 7851, of course, is a transceiver. But if you look at the R9500, it's a receiver. A lot of people, and I've seen tons of reviews between these two radios, say that this radio actually hears better as a better receiver, better front end, that we call it more a hotter front end, than the 7851 does. It just has it. But I don't know. They're both pretty expensive. Let's take a look at the 9500. If you've never seen one, this is actually what they look like and sound like. My favorite part is a front firing speaker. I think that is so good. Just going through the filter width, adjusting it in and out, high cut and low cut. Changing the shape set of the filter. So a little idea of the R9500, it's expensive. I mean, it's, actually a little more expensive in many places than the 7851 is, but a very, very, technically high-end communications receiver by Icom. I was really impressed. First one I'd ever seen. So when I went to the Icom stand and saw one, I was really impressed to finally get a good look at the R9500. All right. Other stuff that we had there, Buddy Pole had a good little shack there, a little spot there, and across the way, Karen found the shirt section. And I'm going to play this only because of Rodney being here, because there are shirts here that I know Rodney would wear. Seriously. And these people were very, very nice. When they asked me, they said, because I said, I'd love to have you on as a guest on my program. And they said, oh, where's your card? I said, are you kidding? I don't have cards. I just do a YouTube show. Anyway, nice people, nice shirts, and I'll wear them once my birthday hits. So that's when I'll get that done. There's the Buddy Hex, and this is a cool product. This is so easy, I could build it. Really, it's color-coded elements. The core of it is color-coded. You just connect the color to the same color on the side, and you've built yourself a hex beam. It just is simple, really is. Had a nice opportunity to meet with Chris from Buddy Pole and really talk to him about it. The gain on that antenna is between 4 and 5, he said. So forward gain between 4 and 5. Now, I can tell you that my our urban beam in my garage is supposed to be about 6.5. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'll be able to get that antenna up because physically I can't do it. But if I can find someone to help me, that'd be great. And for me, what I love about the Buddy X, man, you can just take it portable and set it up quick and have directional antenna. I was very impressed with that. I really was. And Chris was a cool dude. I liked him as well. Going to the flea market, it was pretty big. If you went through, you kind of go through all these, all of these big, very narrow areas to see all kinds of different radio gear. And some of it was pretty cool, right? This was basically a lot of 50s stuff, some 40s stuff, but for the most part, 50s, 60s, and 70s, a ton of that kind of radio stuff was there. And we'll see here in a moment, I think, if I'm going this right direction. There was the American Radio Relay League booth. They seemed to be busy. Icom was busy the entire time. I couldn't even get 5 minutes with Ray. It was always busy. But take a look. Here is the place where I found what I was looking for, and there it is. That is a little Tar Heel 2 screwdriver antenna with both whips and the MFJ controller, all right? And that's what I came for. I really did. And honestly, guys, I didn't buy it. I was close. I was like that close, and I just, nope, I'm sorry, I can't do it. You get a feeling sometimes, the reason why. And for me, I know the value of a directional antenna. I do. And I while I can't get my urban beam myself on my roof, I could do that Buddy Hex. That I could do. And so my mind is thinking around, okay, that would be a way to work around this for me being where I'm at physically. I could do that. So Chris and I had a conversation, and hopefully we'll have a Buddy Hex coming soon to the channel. We'll be able to show it to you. I'm looking forward to that. Other stuff, take a look. This is beautiful. Look at the condition of this. Again, this is a national receiver, and this is beautiful for its age. Just beautiful. You see all of the different bands that it has here. It is 4 bands, and you just work it. Look at these. Look at this. This I think was one of the fine. These are 2 S-line receivers, S-line Collins gear, and this was phenomenal. You had a 755i, and 755-1 and a 325-1, and they were beautiful. Everything on this was so clean, guaranteed to work. That was probably right here was my favorite pair of gear that I saw at the whole place. It was just beautiful. But look at this. Here's another nationalist, an NC155, and it screams 50s look, doesn't it? That beautiful look from the 50s. And look at the bands. There they are, right there. And that's still the reason we use the bands that we do today, guys. Because mathematically, our bands don't add up. They don't. 15 certainly doesn't. 20 doesn't. 40 doesn't. They don't. Not mathematically, but they've been there for a long time. So historically, that's why we carry them this way. This shows you way back in the 50s, okay? There they are, 6, 10, 15, 20, 40, and 80. Isn't that cool? That's a beautiful receiver that they had. Plus, if you took a look from the corner at all of the flea market area, this was it. And they had some areas that were trading upstairs as well, which were decent. I mean, decent, area there and a big group. The only thing I cared about was trying to see everything. And when I got to the screwdriver, I was really close because I'd like to put one on my van. But then as I thought about it, it's like, okay, what's more important? Having an effective antenna that you can build yourself and deploy and work directional, or put a compromised antenna, which a screwdriver is compromised because you got a low Q, a very narrow Q with it because it's going to raise and lower to the frequency you're on. And you're not going to have a whole lot of plus and minus on both sides. You just don't. But it's a great antenna. Good to have. Nothing wrong with them. I'm not saying there is. Believe me, I want to buy one. But I wanted to come back with something different. And so that's why I went with Buddy Pole. And so I hope Chris and I can make something work out because that would be fun for me to share on the road with you this year. 7851 was a radio that I really was excited to see, and I got a chance to work it a little bit. Not really, but there was not an antenna hooked up to it. But to take a look at all the buttons and knobs and everything this does, I can see why people love this radio so much. There's so much to do with it. Reminds me of my 5000, but like maybe on steroids a little bit. It was beautiful. It truly was. It was nice. And running into the Icom booth, it just was set up beautifully. It had the 7851 on one side, and then right next to it, you had the 7300, and you had the Icom 9700. So you had the bookends there on the right, the R9500 below that. And, they really showcased the stuff right up top. And I would have thought that they would have had the 7610 next to the 7851, but they didn't, which was interesting. They didn't do that. They had the 7300 and the 9700. Then down below, they had another 7300 with the remote control that you can get for that radio. I thought it was really, really cool. My favorite part was going to Icom. I kept trying to meet Ray. I kept trying to go and talk to Ray and get him on for like an interview about their booth. I couldn't do it because they were that busy yesterday. Both he and Will Jordan, they were so busy yesterday, I could never get the time with them. But here's a little snippet of my time at SeaPac with Ray and Will. There you see the segment, and here they are. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. We'll get there. This is Rod and I together. We got a little picture in there, Rod, from the channel. And so we got a little chance to say hello together. And I didn't want to forget that because that was cool for Rod and for me, which was nice. Icom-wise, I think we got it right here.
My goodness gracious. I keep waiting for Ray to not be busy. Now I'll come see him. That's Ray Novak.
I recognize that mug.
It's good to see
How
you,
you
buddy.
doing, Larry?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Doing all right.
You've survived Dayton.
Yes.
Are you going to Frederick shopping?
Probably not.
Not. You're going to be able to stay home for that. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll be at field day for that. Same weekend as field day weekend.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's Ray from Icom, everybody. Isn't that cool?
Now, great. That was my joy of the weekend yesterday, getting to meet Ray and hang out with him just for a short time because it was so packed there. The Icom booth was never empty. There were people there the whole time. If you look right to the right of where Ray's at on the shelf there, that's where they put the 7610. That's where it ended up being. Plus a lot of their handhelds and portables and everything. Let's hear a little more of our little talk with Ray.
He's slumming with us in the rain today, but they're nice and dry.
Are you live streaming right now?
I am.
Oh, very good.
I want to show that. Did you bring the new amplifier?
No, sir.
Okay.
That's already on its way back to Japan.
Japan, is it? Okay. All right. I know you're busy. I'll let you catch up with stuff.
All right, Larry.
Hey,
Good
by
to
the
see
way,
you.
almost happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
See how fast somebody came right up to Ray? That's how it was yesterday with him and Will, and it went on for hours. Seriously, because we were there for 4 hours, and all those hours, that booth was never empty. There was at least 3 or 4 people at the Icom booth. Icom probably had the best in terms of presentation. It was very well done. I think Elecraft did well too. And I showed Elecraft yesterday here on YouTube, but there was a problem. There was so much going on with RF inside the Elecraft booth to try and remote control the new K4D that it just got into the camera. It got into what I was shooting. And I'll maybe show it tomorrow, but for this video, just to show a little bit of what SeaPac was like for you, I'd rather keep it as clean as I can because it was a little difficult. What else can I share with you about yesterday? It was a lot of fun. There was a ton of fun. From shirts and from all these shirts and everything that was there to the flea market, all the old stuff, that was there, and, seeing the old gear that was just beautiful and surviving. I think the best part was just hanging out and meeting all the people. It was just wonderful. The whole day was just neat to spend time everywhere. There's a 7851. Of course, we just showed this. It's got all the photos and stuff. And this was basically the other side of that same area where Icom is, and they've got a nice little mat there. That Icom mat, it has a 7851 logo on it, which is pretty cool. So got a nice picture with Rod from the channel, Kilo 7 Lima Alpha Pop, as well as Chris from Buddy Pole. This man is really working hard to crank out those antennas and have a beautiful picture with my lovely bride at the carousel. So that was fun. So why in the heck would I not go and buy the antenna that I went there for? That's a tough question. And I've got to be honest with you, even at dinner last night, I was kicking myself for not buying it because I had a deal for $350 for that antenna with the MFJ controller. The guy accepted my offer. It was just, you get a feeling, and I've got to tell you from experience, and this is just from the heart, guys, the best thing you can do in your shack always is your antenna, always. And I would rather have a purely directional antenna than have another vertical right now because I need that. That's what I need is a directional. So let's take a look at the difference. Let's say, for example, you have a really high vertical, 40 feet or so, versus a directional antenna. Let's take a look at just the gain. Just take a look at the meter and see what it does.
Okay, that's a 43-foot vertical. That's the hex beam. Going back to the 43-foot vertical. And back to the hex beam.
That's roughly 4 S units right there.
Back to the vertical. And back to the hex beam.
Now, why is that important, right? Because I appreciate the video because the video shows a good signal and lets you see the difference in signal strength, right? But what about a weak signal? That's where that directional antenna really comes in handy because you'll hear things that the vertical can't pick up because it's not focused in that direction. That's the truth. And that's why getting that directional is so important to me. When you have something that is special, and I know that the Urban Beam is a pretty special antenna. It's been sitting in my garage now for about 8 months, 6 months, 8 months, something like that. But you can't physically put it up on your roof. And you can't get the tower erected. You can't get up there because you can't. The doctor won't let you. And your wife says that she'd kill you if you go up there. It puts you in a bad spot. And I don't have people to come help me here. I've tried, but I don't. So I really want this Buddy Hex thing to work. I need it to work because I need a directional antenna here. It means that much to me to spend that much more money to get a directional antenna because those 3 or 4 S units make all the difference in the world. And sometimes not making a call because you can't hear it and making a call because not only can you hear it, but they can hear you too. So that's the reason why. We have some good guests coming. Kim Duffy, K3LR, comes next Saturday, 1900 UTC. He'll be coming up talking about his ham radio career and contesting. I'm excited about Tim joining us. K3LR, please join us. It's at 1900 UTC. Have your questions ready. He's got 10 7851s in his big old gigantic contest station, and he has 2 7850s. Really, no kidding. One is unopened. No joke. Join us, please. 1900 UTC. Meet Tim, K3LR. Then coming up on Friday the 24th. Remember, this is a Friday in the States. And this will be at 2300 UTC. Hayden from Ham Radio DX will be with us. Hayden's call sign Victor Kilo 7 Hotel. We're so excited to have Hayden come. We're going to take your questions, all things ham radio, so please join us again. That's a late one, I know, but it's a Friday night, mate, so I hope you can be here. Plus, Carlos joins us on, this will be on the 9th of July at 1900 UTC. So remember, folks in Europe, that's going to be in the UK, that's going to be at, 8 p.m. London. So 8 p.m. in London, 5 p.m. East Coast of Australia, so it's the time change there. And here in the States, 3 p.m. East and noon Pacific. Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Lima, November. Talking Parachute Mobile. How many calls has he made jumping out of an airplane? How far has he done it? We'll find out. Join us, please, on July 9th for that show. Then, July 18th, my friend Kevin Zagnani from Biono Power is going to be answering your questions about portable operating, with portable power packs with batteries that are really powerful enough to operate your portable transceiver. It could be a small radio, it could be a medium-sized radio, have your questions ready. Kevin will be here to answer them. Then on July 30th at 1900 UTC, Jason Kilo Charlie 5 Hotel Whiskey Bravo from Ham Radio 2.0 will be here. That'll be fun. Looking forward to having Jason join us. We'll talk about his YouTube channel, talk about him and all the stuff that he's got going on, and have a nice visit with Jason. All right, let's catch up with your comments around the world. I could use a little drink. Acid drop. You know what? This is a true question. I got a good answer for it. Okay. She asked a question. She goes, "What is it about ham radio people and high mics? They're overhyped, not very good." This is the answer to that. Okay, to be honest, the studio mics like these. Okay, and this is an Electro Voice RE20. Excuse me, this is RE27. This is the 27. This is the 320. These are what you typically see in studios or at radio stations or television stations, right? These are really higher end mics, but those mics, high-end mics, have a way of going through the mid-range of your voice and getting it out farther, because mid-range is the key to SSB. It really is. Not low end, not treble. It's mid-range. That's what you have to have. Those mics are cut to mid-range. That's why they do that. It's a good question. I want you to know, Siobhan, the reason why, because they're really good at mid-range. Good point. She said, I've never seen a studio breaking out the how mics. In the old days, they did. You know, I know he toured. I think he supplied the mics for Peter Frampton and some other bands here in the States. So they were here, at least. I know that. But I understand what you're saying. But they are cut. In terms of the mic for Hio, with Ham, they're cut for the mid-range so that that signal gets out there. That's why. Yeah, good question. Jerry Jones, going to Vegas, Albuquerque, and Denver for the first 2 weeks of July. Come join us, Larry. QRP from the gates of Area 51. Let's play zombie again. No, thanks. Ron says there is so much I could wish for. Ron, it's great to have you. Good afternoon from Monroe, Washington on a Sunday. Welcome, buddy. We need to get the rain out of the way. Jeez. Martin, nothing for in the shack. Understanding neighbors would be nice. No kidding. Jeff, well, if you can fit that 60-meter tower in your shack, you're just fine. That'll work. Aaron Lutz joins us from Canada. Hi, Aaron. Good afternoon to you there. It's nice to have you. It's good to be a part of this. It's good to have a part of your day. I think we got everybody covered. I believe so. And yeah, people are answering the answers I'm way behind. Jerry Jones, answer: the ionosphere will refract in whatever manner is required to prevent contact with the 1DX you need. Yeah, sometimes it's true. Yeah, sometimes. Daniel, welcome, by the way. If you come into the channel in the last 10, 20 minutes, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you. Winan says, but 7610 or stock mic and Icom are still great on reports. Yeah, but the thing is, high mics are good for SSB, and SSB mics aren't good for fidelity. That's the truth. They're not balanced for it. But if you want to talk with, like you talk guys with ESSB stuff, they're doing extended single sideband. They're running usually Electro Voice mics because they carry the voice better, and their processing gear works better with them. It just sounds better. It's just the way it is. But for SSB and stuff, man, Heil's great. Welcome, Charlie, November Juliet 7 Victor. He's here from Arizona. Hi, Chuck. Happy Sunday to you. It's good to see you, buddy. Aaron Lutz, you get a unit that is a GPS receiver. It comes with a small board. You install 9700. It sends a GPS sync 10 meg. Yeah, the 10 megahertz reference signal 9700 uses to stay on frequency. I don't think you have anything you got to worry about. That 9700 is a great rig. Here's the question. What's one option you'd like to add to your shack? Put it in the comment section. Make part of the show. We got to hurry. We got to hurry and get this show going on the road. We're going to celebrate somebody from the channel today. This will be fun. We want to be able to celebrate you guys because you guys come, and to me, that means a lot. It really does. I do this for fun and to relax. And I'm sorry, no show tomorrow. Probably no show on the 7th, which is my birthday, and I don't want to miss my birthday with you. It'd be fun to hang out. By the way, I think it's Rodney's birthday and somebody else's birthday. I think we have some birthday people in here or have had birthdays in the last few days. So I do want to do the little birthday thing for you, just to celebrate all of you who are celebrating birthdays either at the end of May or in the early part of June. So, happy birthday to you guys. We'll just play it for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
There you go, Rodney and gang. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, guys. All right, we're going to celebrate somebody on the channel, so let's get that show going. Gust Gagliers, and I'll say it wrong probably. Gust, it's nice to have you part of the Ham Radio Live family. Thank you for coming. His call sign, Oscar November 6, Kilo Echo. Some of you might not know this, but he is part of this family here that watches the show. He also joins us on Discord. His call sign, Oscar November 6, Kilo Echo. Go to his page. Here's where he's at, 68 and a ham since 1974. My home is in Mechelen, a place located between Antwerp and Brussels in this crazy country. Where anything is possible, he says. He's worked 15 DXCC entries in the FT and JT modes that I haven't worked in CW, SSB, and or radio teletype. He says, I hope one day to work them 15 the old way, too. I have no more interest in HF band credits as I'm now only chasing CW, SSB, and digital. That's pretty cool. And he says, I remember 2014 chasing Nigel, Golf 3, Tango X-Ray Foxtrot, operating Zulu Delta 9 X-Ray Foxtrot from Tristan de Cunha Nigel. All CW, of course. So it took him days to get him in the log, but he got it done. His hardware right now, he's working a Kenwood TS590 Sugar Golf. He's also got a Yaesu FT450 Delta as his travel rig and a Yaesu FT818 November Delta. He's got Icom 1000, 20-meter HD dipole, 40-meter off-center fed end feds for QRP. And Gus, we appreciate what you got. Look at all these awards this guy has got here. Look at that. These are all CQ worldwide stuff. 5-band worked all zones. This is what Gust has done. Look at this. DX Century Club. Wow. And this is what Gust had done. Just amazing. And there's more. My goodness. Gus, thank you very, very much for watching Ham Radio Live. It is truly an honor for me to host a show that you watch. I mean that. Oscar November 6, Kilo Echo. Join in the family at Ham Radio Live today. Thank you, Gus. That's cool. I don't ever take that for granted, you guys. I don't. In fact, it humbles me that you do come. Thank you. I mean that sincerely. All right, we're going to do one more show element before we scoot out of here today. Don't forget to show a question. What's one option you'd like to ask to your ham shack? For me, it's been pretty simple. I'd like a directional antenna to get up finally and see if we can make it work. We'll first check upstairs to see how the Muppet critics, the Angry Hams, feel about today's show.
Well, this has been an evening to remember. Why? I forgot.
Great. Okay, it is North America 20. Excuse me, no, they had 25. Sorry, 25 to 10 right now. First question. What is the call sign of the widow of the late King Hussein of Jordan? Okay. Is it A, Juliet Yankee 1, Yankee Lima? Is it 2, which is B, Juliet Yankee 2? Is it C, Juliet Yankee 1 November Hotel, or is it D, Juliet Yankee 2 November Hotel? Let me know, A, B, C, or D, the call sign of the widow of the late King Hussein of Jordan. First one to get it right wins the points. Good luck. 25-10. And by the way, Charlie, it's really nice to have you. Really, really is. Thank you. S-Drop says, I've got an EV 20 on my Kenwood 990S, and I haven't talked yet. It's a great antenna. It really, great mic, pardon me. Yeah. So, okay, where are we at? The call sign of the late King Hussein's widow, okay, of Jordan. What is her call sign? A, B, C, or D? First one in, Andy Cowley, 2 Echo 0, Romeo Echo Echo. This is interesting because he says it is D. Now, D is Juliet Yankee 2 November Hotel. All right, so that's what he's believing. Andy, you're so close, man, but you're not right. That's just not it. You're close. Stian Borsvik, Lima Alpha 5, Lima Tango Alpha, all the way from Norway with B, Juliet Yankee 2. Well, her husband was Juliet Yankee 1. That would make sense, right? Nope, that's not it. Rod from Pennsylvania, Whiskey 3 Mike Papa Golf, says Juliet Yankee 1 November Hotel, which is C, and he got it right. Congratulations to you. Well done, Rod. All right, so that's 30 now to 10. Yeah, it was. And, let me show you real quick. I believe I do. I thought I did at least. I was sure I had a picture of her. So let me try and get that for you. Hold on. I'm going to clear this and I'm going to show you her picture as best as I can remember. This got to be it. I'm looking at the thumbnail. It's about, maybe an eighth of an inch. Yeah, there it is. So there they are. That's the king and that's the queen right there. Isn't that a nice picture? Juliet Yankee 1 and his beautiful bride, which was C, Juliet Yankee 1 November Hotel. Yeah. There's why. Pretty cool. Thank you, Rod. Good guess. Also, on this one, by the way, we're going to go ahead and add up, let's see, Jeff, we had B. Remember, the answer was C. Was B on this one. If I remember, right? B, yeah, C. It was C. All right. Steve had B, whining with B. See, Andy New had it right. Mike 7, Charlie November. Aaron Lutz had it right. Victor Echo 5, Echo Mike Lima. Rob Q helped me out. Acid drop that Siobhan had D. And Dirk with C. Aaron with A. And yes, he had a couple of wives, but that's what we're talking about. Rob Q with C. That's correct. So that's very good. Next question. Wait a minute. No, this did not happen twice. It did. You know what? I'm so sorry, guys. I had two for you. How embarrassing. And it just gave me one. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. All right, let's take a look. We're going to take a look at a couple of old radios I saw yesterday. I want to get your opinion on these. This is a National NC 155. Showed it earlier. Cool little needle there, right? Checking out the signal strength. Pretty cool. And here was another one. Look at this. This is so nice. $60 on that thing. And it worked. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Look at the grill on this. Is that beautiful? Look at that Hallicrafter's gear. That's just amazing. This was I think it was the R45. I think it was R45, the speaker at least. And then, this was kind of exemplary of what you saw throughout the show there at Seaside. Just amazing. Just amazing. Well, sorry I didn't have a second trivia question for you. I thought I had it in when my uncle called. Everything kind of went wacko, so I've got a problem today, and you have my apologies for not having two. Folks, we're going to say goodbye to you today. I want to thank you for coming to the show. Remind you that tomorrow and probably Tuesday, there won't be a show today. I think this is something that, my family needs me, and it's going to be hard to be in the studio to do a show for you. I'm going to tell you this. In amateur radio, what I've learned is the same I've learned when I was doing shortwave and AMDX. Your antenna is the key to your shack. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter how good it is inside your shack. If you don't have something great out back, you don't have it. You don't. Think very hard on the antenna you want to get and make sure you get the one that works for you, okay? Also, reach higher. Don't be stuck with a lower level license. Get yourself up there as high as you can because the solar cycle is coming up and you're going to want to be a part of it. Please join us on Discord after the show at ham-radio-live. I'll have the link to it in the description section below. We'll talk it up for a little while longer. And if you'd like to get your amateur radio license, we'd love to help you do so. Contact the Radio Society of Great Britain. They're a wonderful group that'll help you get licensed at www.rsgb.org. Please hit the contact us bar. They'll then do the rest. They'll send you an amateur radio club close to you that'll help you to get your license. www.rsgb.org. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for the kind words from my brother. And most of all, you know what, seriously, thanks for being good people. It's an honor to do this show for me. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you. Thanks for being here. Goodbye, everybody.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. Station WJSV, in cooperation with the United States Weather Bureau, will now give you the latest forecasts and weather information issued by that office. The forecasts cover a period of 36 hours beginning at 7:30 tomorrow morning. For the District of Columbia, fair, slowly rising temperature in afternoon Friday. Saturday, fair and slightly warmer, gentle northeast winds Friday. Maryland, generally fair with slowly rising temperature in the interior Friday. Saturday, fair with rising temperature. Virginia, fair Friday and Saturday, slowly rising temperature in the interior of north portion Friday, somewhat warmer Saturday. This is station WJSV, owned and operated by the Columbia Broadcasting System, with studios located in the Earl Building at 13th and E Streets Northwest in the city of Washington, and transmitting facilities on the Mount Vernon Memorial Boulevard in Alexandria, Virginia, on property leased from the Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac Railway Company. Station WJSV operates on a frequency of 1,460 kilocycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. Our next program will come to you at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. The National Anthem.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call the single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back.